Worst camera quality ever, but here's a sneak peek at this thing. It's a gimbal robot. Don't mind this whole apparatus. It's powered off of a drill battery at the moment, as you see. So, let's have a look here. It centers after 5 seconds of not seeing a face. Right now it's currently scanning for faces. If I drop this camera a bit, because I fucked up the lens, right now it's seeing pure fucking smudges at the moment, and it's not able to actually track my face properly. But the pen and tilt mechanism works. That's me moving. And as you move ever so slightly out of view, yeah, so it's having a bit of a hard time locating me, only because I smudged up the lens. Because all these parts are ordered off of AliExpress. Yeah, this project's gonna have to put on hold for a little bit of a while. You have a little buck converter down there. A whole shitty wiring apparatus. Don't mind those long black wires are being Oh, those drill batteries are really close. This is a lot of horse shit, bro. But still, so 20-volt built drill battery. Okay, it's currently tracking me because it sees my face, but 20-volt drill battery running to the input of a buck converter. Then another buck converter, which is that black box next to that main pan servo right there. Um, that's what's powering all the electronics. So that's 5 volts, 5 amps. And it's also going into the input of that buck converter, so where they both get 20 volts. Then this one steps it down to 6 volts, but right now voltage sag and all that, so it's giving it 5 volt, 2 volts, but I'll set that later. And because everything's on a common ground, because I'm using a PCA 9685 servo driver board, because you have to common ground it, I just have one wire, which is the 5 volt, 2 volts, running to the 5 volt or 6 volt max lane to run the servos. So, yeah. That's the code right there. Actually, this camera is terrible. What am I doing? So, two PID loops running off of the X and the Y data from that. It's also sending width and height data of the bounding box for distance, but that's for something different. That's for when I implement this after getting the new lens, after not smudging it. For this, that's the frame. What just happened? So yeah. So this is gonna go on this, and then that height and width data is going to allow this to then judge the distance, an estimated distance based on, the height and width of the face. So if you're now getting farther away, the height and width will get smaller, so it's going to want to keep that in a little margin of error range. And if you're wondering how it's going to steer based on the fact that that's already steering, it's going to be decoupled, right? Okay. It's going to be decoupled in a sense. So in code, it's constantly knowing where the angle is of that. An estimated version based on what PWM signal is being sent. Once, if it were to essentially turn too far and that PWM were to go over a certain threshold, then based on how far it is in that moment above the threshold, that indicates the speed that these two wheels will turn left or right. So then that would give you a robot that is able to use the high speed gimbal to track the object and then have the drivetrain essentially adjust to where if it's out of the range, then while you're still able to do it. My neck hurts so bad, but yeah, this is a little horseshit. Not it's not horseshit. Sorry, it's good. It's just I made the silly mistake of screwing up the last lens because it turns out super glue got on it magically, and yeah. So yeah, that's an AI camera up there. Been working on it for damn near a year now, getting everything sound on that thing. Um, yeah, I didn't design the PCB. It was mainly just coding. So other than that, all the mechanical aspects like that LED, the wiring for it, the fan, that's what I set up, right? It's the fan size that the company who made the PCB preferred, based on the regulator that they use. Because anything too high, you just blow the fucking thing up. So yeah. But this rover, it's two brushed 20 amp ESC, 30 amp ESCs actually. Um, this is 5 volts. A little buck converter in there in case I need to run anything else. This is 7.4 volts from battery to run the main system, and that's the battery lead. So yeah, it's the frame is actually waterproof, so has a little cover that goes on there. The frame's waterproof, but with this whole apparatus, I don't think it'll be waterproof anymore. Anyways, goodbye.